Jai Meher Baba, everyone. Welcome to another EastWest Saturday Satsang. You all can now begin the sharing of love with your poetry, songs, or anything that you would like to share with all of us. I will put in the instructions for raise hand in the chat. So, Angela, can we begin with you?
I wasn't prepared to start, J Baba.
Okay. So, let's begin with Rati. Rati, are you ready? Dikhu or Rati?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Jai Baba, can you hear me?
Yes, Dikhu.
Yes, J Baba.
Thank you. मेहर के सागर से मेहर की धारा, मेहर के सागर से मेहर की धारा बहती है जी भर के पीले पीले जाम पे जाम उठा ले जाम पे जाम उठा ले। मेहर के सागर से मेहर की धारा बहती है जी भर के पीले पीले जाम पे जाम उठा ले जाम पे जाम उठा ले। सरिता का बहना जो उसका धर्म है, सरिता का बहना जो उसका धर्म है, यूं बहती हरदम मेहर की मेहर है, यूं बहती हरदम मेहर की मेहर है। प्यासा अगर तू है तो जा किनारे, प्यासा अगर तू है तो जा किनारे, तो जा किनारे जाम पे जाम उठा ले जाम पे जाम उठा ले। मांगे से मिलती नहीं है किसी को, मांगे से मिलती नहीं है किसी को, तैयार है जो मिलता उसी को, तैयार है जो मिलता उसी को। तन मन लगा दे खुद को मिटा दे, तन मन लगा दे खुद को मिटा दे, खुद को मिटा दे जाम पे जाम उठा ले जाम पे जाम उठा ले। सूरज चमकता है सारे जहां पर, सूरज चमकता है सारे जहां पर, जंगल हो बगिया हो कुटिया महल पर, जंगल हो बगिया हो कुटिया महल पर। चमके वहां जिसने खोली किवारे, चमके वहां जिसने खोली किवारे, खोली किवारे जाम पे जाम उठा ले जाम पे जाम उठा ले। तुझसे तो पहले उसको गरज है, तुझसे तो पहले उसको गरज है, क्या तू है तैयार वो देखता है, क्या तू है तैयार वो देखता है। क्या सोचता मधुसूदन समझ ले, क्या सोचता मधुसूदन समझ ले, मधुसूदन समझ ले जाम पे जाम उठा ले जाम पे जाम उठा ले। मेहर के सागर से मेहर की धारा, मेहर के सागर से मेहर की धारा बहती है जी भर के पीले पीले जाम पे जाम उठा ले जाम पे जाम उठा ले। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Bhikkhu, thank you. That was really beautiful. Now we have our dear Meher. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Still in Bauji's, under Bauji's impression of his joy of leaving and going to Baba. So I'm reading another story that I really like. I hope it's not too long. Maybe I'll shorten it. Well, it's called The Birthday Showers, and it's from While the World Slept, which is a very, very beautiful book by Bauji. And it's how Baba trained him. And I find it really very beautiful. So, birthday showers. Over the cow, Meher Baba, TJ, and dear Bauji. That's dear Bauji. Look how sweet he is. To honor Meher Baba's birthday every year in February 25th, Baba lovers in South India would hold large public celebrations. If it was Baba's 70th birthday, for example, the Andhra lovers would celebrate it some places for 70 days. In the West, you don't find a thing like that. But the love in India is quite different. So they would celebrate 70 days. Cities and towns throughout India would have some public observance, processions through the streets. We don't have that in Israel. We don't have that in the West either. Singing programs, feasts for the poor. We don't have that either. You Indians, you know how to do things. You really know how to do things. You know how to love. You know how to care for the poor, and you know how to celebrate for your beloveds, and so forth. In which groups as well as individuals participated with much love and effort. Though we love in the West, in the West, we also love Baba. And Baba has always very appreciated. On the 25th of February at Merazad, the men Mandali would always get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, take a bath, and dress in their best clothes. At 5 o'clock, the moment of Baba's birth, the men would shout, and they would shout from far away because Baba was in the room and they were far away. Avatar, Meher Baba, Ki Jai, 7 times in the hall, in the Mandali hall. When Baba came, each one would go to him and receive an embrace. And that was their gift for the birthday. Once a year, they would receive an embrace. And when they had a birthday, if he would celebrate that year, their birthday, they would get an embrace as well. Then the work of answering birthday letters, cables, and cards had to be attended to. So in some ways, Baba's birthday was a day of more work for him. In 1968, and he passed away in 69, of course, Sarosh Irani, president of the Ahmednagar Center, informed Baba that for his 74th birthday, the Ahmednagar devotees were planning a large public celebration with a festive procession. Now, this story here tells that he was planning, but actually Baba said, look at all my lovers. They're celebrating all over. And what are they doing in Ahmednagar? So Sarosh said, yeah, he took it and he said, well, we should do this. So he arranged this first big celebration in Ahmednagar. And so celebration with festive procession, singing, and lectures about him. This was the second year in a row that, that was second year, that Ahmednagar Center was celebrating Baba's birthday publicly. And Baba was very happy when Sarosh explained the whole affair. On the day of the birthday, after his afternoon session with the men Mandali, Baba retired to his room at 3 o'clock, and I went with him to keep watch. After some time, Baba arose and gestured. Today, Ahmednagar people are going to celebrate my birthday publicly. This evening, they are having a large procession through town. I know that they have all worked very hard, and this makes me very happy. I want them to be pleased, and I want the celebration to come off well. I nodded, like Baoji, he's working. Baba is thinking and Baoji nodding. Baba paused and then said, but if it rains, it will spoil everything. Do you think it will rain? Now we're talking about February, and people in India know February, no rain. Now it's raining there. It's really raining. Wow. I answered, no, Baba, it won't rain. The sky is very clear. But if it rains, then what will happen? He questioned. Although I reassured him that there would be no rain, Baba continued, Baba, again and again and again and again. Sarosh will feel very sad because he has worked day and night for this, and celebration is a public one. Again he asked, do you think it will rain? Go and look at the sky. I went outside, looked at the sky, which looked fine. I went back inside and repeated the same thing. No, it will not rain. The sky is very clear. There's no sign of rain, Baba. So he's feeling nagged. Baba is nagging him. So Baba lay down, but 5 minutes later, like Baba does always, he sat up again and gestured to me to go outside and see if there was any clouds. Again, I went outside because he's a very good servant, so he's doing whatever his master is telling him, but And upon seeing no clouds at all, reported to Baba, this isn't even the monsoon season, I reasoned. It never rains in February. Baba continued to send me out to look for clouds every 15 minutes, but none appeared. However, at 5 o'clock, when I went to check, I saw to my amazement that dark rain clouds filled the entire sky. So I hurried in to tell Baba. Baba gestured anxiously. See, now what will happen? And just then, it started to pour. I was stunned. Baba quickly motioned. Go right now and tell Aloba to cycle to the pumpkin station and phone Adi to see if, because they didn't have a phone in the place, pumping station to phone Adi and see if it is raining in Ahmednagar. Go. And it was pouring outside. I started to ask Goer for an umbrella, but Baba gestured impatiently. Hurry, go right now. So without an umbrella, I hurried across the compound to the men's side, getting soaked wet on the way. I gave Aloba the message and returned to Baba. Baba immediately asked, did you tell Aloba to bring the message to me here after he phoned? No, I said. How could I tell him that? No one is allowed to come to your room unless you yourself call him. Go and tell him, Baba said. I have never in my life seen such an idiot like you. Again, I had to dash out into the pouring rain to give Aloba the instructions. When I returned, I was so completely drenched and so irritated, thinking, why all this hurry about phoning Adi? If it is raining in Ahmednagar, it's raining. What will Baba do about it anyway? Here I'm soaking wet and I have to sit here with Baba until midnight in these wet clothes. As I entered Baba's room, he said, if there is rain in Ahmednagar, everything will be spoiled. I said, whether the program gets ruined or not, my program here is completely ruined. I'm drenched. Baba just smiled and gestured to me, come here. And taking his handkerchief, very tenderly and lovingly, he began to wipe my face. I said, no, Baba, please, I can do it. But he went on wiping and he said, take off your clothes and hang them on the line to dry. Take this bed sheet and wrap it around you. I was so touched by Baba's loving compassion and his tenderness that I no longer felt the least bit annoyed, although I still wondered why there had been such a fuss about phoning Adi. Soon afterwards, Alaba hurried back with the happy news. Baba, there aren't even clouds there. The sky is perfectly clear, and the procession is just beginning. The birthday program is a big success. Then I understood. I always cry at this point. And I understood why Baba had been so concerned. Baba just smiled at me and said, "My birthday is a grand success." And that's how he used the mandali. He made them wet instead of his procession wet. And that's how he worked. It's just amazing. Thank you.
That was beautiful, Meher. Jai Meher Baba to that. Such a sweet story of beloved's compassion. Now we have Abhishek who would like to share.
Hello, Jai Baba, everybody. I'll just sing "Welcome to My World." So I have this process when in fact, now that I have this Zoom link to log into, it's amazing. But I kind of made a promise to Baba that after I sing both his artis, I'll sing at least one other song for him, like we do at the Samadhi. So so that's why I keep volunteering to sing. So this is "Welcome to My World." Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Step into my heart. Leave your fears behind. Welcome to my world. Built with you in mind. Knock and the door will be open. See, and you will find. Ask, and you will be given the key to this world of mine. I'll be waiting here with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Knock and the door will be open. See, and you will find. Ask, and you will be given the key to this world of mine. I'll be waiting here with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
That was really, really amazing, Abhishek. Baba bless your gifted voice and may his love always flow through. Now we have our dear Michelle with her transporting song for sure to another world. Jai Baba, Michelle.
Do I have time to read a short poem? Jai Baba. It's not
Okay, we may try, yes.
very short, very short. I've been, yeah, anyway, Jai Meher Baba. Good evening, good morning. This is called Burn Deep. Oh, heart, you are singed on the edges, burned deep through to the soul. Fire has shown no mercy. Love the real, the spark, the ember, the flame, vast canvas, endless capacity, holding its scorching heat at high noon. The desert's parched longing, want, desire, out to poison purity, the cold of the desert night, waiting for surrender. Anyway, that's my mumblings and ramblings. Anyway, I wrote this in the hurry. Because every morning you guys give me wet eyes. Meher Baba's melting my heart again, and I can't contain my tears. Filling me up till I overflow. Break the vessel so I can hold that much more, and do it again and again, till I sink into your ocean, till I sink into your sea, till I'm no longer me. Meher Baba's melting my heart again, and I can't contain my tears. Oh, Meher Baba's melting my heart again, and I can't contain my tears. They're flowing at the master's feet, and there I'll weep till I sail into his ocean, till I sail into his sea, till I'm no longer me. No longer me. Oh, Meher Baba's melting my heart again, and I can't contain my tears. Oh, Meher Baba's melting my heart again, and I can't contain my tears. The fragrance of his love is melting me away, aching and longing for sweet Meher's grace. Oh, Meher Baba's melting my heart again, and I can't contain my tears. Oh, Meher Baba's melting my heart again, and I can't contain my tears. Meher Baba is melting my heart. Meher Baba is melting my heart. Meher Baba is melting my heart. Meher Baba's melting my heart again, and I can't contain my tears. I can't contain my tears.
Michelle, that was something.
Jai Baba. No, I wrote that in my first trip to India, 95, 96, Christmas time, in the Rahuri
Wow.
cabin. Because all Baba did was make me cry. And there was Johanna Gartner. She was in line for darshan, and she was bawling. And I looked at her, and the song just, right after Arti, I went down the hill, and there it was. Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Meher Baba. Truly, and just
A
tears
little bit of morning voice here.
to his love. Oh, please, that was fantastic. If that's your morning voice, we don't know. All right. We have now our mother-daughter duo, Marukanti and Utakshi.
Jai Baba. भर दो भर दो भर दो भर दो अमर ज्योति तुम भर दो दिए उजाला कर दो दिए उजाला कर दो भर दो भर दो भर दो गोर निशाकों में प्रभु जी हमें उषा दिखला दो हमें उषा दिखला दो हमें अपने में तुम हमें जगा दो अपने में तुम हमें जगा दो हम में हमें सुला दो तुम्हें देखते ही रह जाए तुम्हें देखते ही रह जाए एक यही वर दो एक यही बस वर दो दिए उजाला कर दो दिए उजाला कर दो भर दो भर दो भर दो भर दो भर दो मेहर भर दो अमर ज्योति तुम भर दो दिए उजाला कर दो दिए उजाला कर दो रिद्धि न चाहे सिद्धि न चाहे और न मैं भव चाहे हम चाहे बस तुम्हें प्रभु जी हम चाहे बस तुम्हें प्रभु जी और तुम्हारी बाहें चरण प्रभु जी हम है बाऊ चरण प्रभु जी हम है बाऊ हमको प्रभु नजर दो हमको प्रभु नजर दो दिए उजाला कर दो दिए उजाला कर दो भर 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 दो मेहर अमर ज्योति तुम भर दो दिए उजाला कर दो दिए उजाला कर दो भर दो भर दो भर दो अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय
Thank you, Jai Baba. Now we have Marvin.
Jai Bob, everyone. I'm reading from Lord Meher, Volume 5, 1932 to 34. And Bob is in America in 1932, and seems like he was doing a lot of work there. I had read a story the other day about a woman who had a conversation with Baba and transformed her entire relationship with her daughter through it. Well, here's another story, same time. It's about a daughter whose relationship was transformed with her mother. On another occasion, a friend of Norina's, this is when Baba first got to America. He was in New York for about 3 days. He saw quite a few people. A friend of Norina's, who was an acute alcoholic, came to meet Baba in New York. For years, she had been in and out of one asylum after another. She hated her mother, with whom she lived, and would greet her each morning with such cruel words like, "Why aren't you dead yet?" Norina aroused her curiosity about Baba, and the friend finally agreed to see that man, quote unquote. When the woman was brought to Baba, Narina tried to tell him about her background. Baba cut her short, motioning, "I know her very well." The woman sat at his feet, and after a few moments of friendly conversation, Baba mentioned liquor and drinking with intense interest. They discussed different types of drinks, and Baba even remarked about a wine that he had heard was very good. The woman was overjoyed to talk about a subject so familiar to her. Her meeting was lighthearted, jovial, and full of humor. After a while, the woman turned to Narina and said, "You know, your Baba is not as bad as I thought. He's a real human being." A week later, the woman invited Narina to tea. She opened the door to her apartment, and for once, Narina noticed that she had not been drinking. The woman immediately disclosed her determination to change her life. "I do not drink anymore, nor will I ever do it again. I cannot hate anymore either. I am sorry to have given so much suffering to my mother. I now love her and will devote my life to her happiness." No mention was made of Baba, but Narina knew that his glance had penetrated this woman's dark mind and had lifted it out of the clouds to a new and better life. And just a short one that happened a few days later that everyone knows about, but you'll be happy to hear it again. So now, a couple of days later, Bob is up in Harmon and Hudson. And Tuesday morning, May 24th, Elizabeth Patterson, Narina Machiavelli, and Anita DeCaro arrived in Harmon to spend the day. After lunch, Baba led his lovers outside to the stone terrace and along a path to a field full of wildflowers. Some went off to pick flowers, but Elizabeth stayed close to Baba. Baba quietly bent down and picked a small flower, which he handed to her. Kakabaria was near Baba, ready with the board, and Baba motioned to him for it. Spelling the words out, he had Kaka tell Elizabeth, "Always keep this flower and write down today's date. Someday you will know the meaning of it." When Elizabeth returned home that night, she pasted the flower inside the cover of her New Testament and wrote Baba, May 24, 1932. It was years later, when she was unpacking a trunk, that she happened to notice the book again and read the inscription. Its significance was instantly apparent. Baba had given her the flower 20 years to the day prior to his automobile accident in Prague, Oklahoma, May 24, 1952, in which Elizabeth had been driving. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you so much, Marvin. We have Jack who would share now. Jai Baba, Jack.
Morning, everybody. And this is a tribute to Bao Kalchuri, whose Amartiti was yesterday. And from the time that the beloved dropped his body, there has been a steady stream over the years of his disciples coming to various centers around the world to share with his followers their memories of their lives with him. And I wrote this back in 1986 or 85, whenever it was that it was Bao's first tribute, about first visit to Meher Center. So this is an ode to the night watchman. O Meher, divine beloved, what a great gift you have given us in this time out of mind. A true Sahabas, so full of yesteryear memories and yesterday remembrance that washes over our souls. One after another, they come here to share your boundless love, these your closest ones, who are indeed one of a kind. They whom you have pounded and battered and pummeled and swatted, shaped and formed to emerge from your mold. And what great good fortune it is to be present in the eternal now, as the stories of who you are and who you were pour forth on flowing waves of love and laughter. and we in silent humbleness, our heads and hearts do bow, sometimes hearing and always feeling your imprinted love on our hearts forever after. How you walked, how you laughed, how you hurt and how you cried, how you touched, how you loved, only your closest ones can truly record. The times and the feeling and the experience of your being in those moments with the Master, and how beautiful and how radiant you were, how fortunate it was to be there with him. Thank you for listening. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Jai Baba. We have Meher Daruwala now.
Jai Baba. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to read about a church called Mount Mary Church, which is in Bombay, where Baba had visited this many years back. It's in Bandra in Bombay. On 8th December 1950, Baba was in Mumbai with women Mandali, and he gave a big candles to them and asked them to enter the church. They were respected and their candles were honored. Baba did not enter the church but stood at the door. Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Meher.
Welcome.
We will now ask Rati to sing next. Rati, please come in.
Can you hear me, Roshni? Yeah.
Now we can. Now we can.
Yeah. Okay. दुनिया वालों जागो रे जागो, आ गया अवतार हो, आ गया अवतार, आ गया अवतार हो, आ गया अवतार। दुनिया वालों, ओ दुनिया वालों, सुख की खोज में फिरने वालों, आज नहीं ये खबरिया सुन लो, आ गया अवतार हो, आ गया अवतार, आ गया अवतार हो, आ गया अवतार। दुनिया वालों जागो रे जागो, आया है रे सुनो समय सुहाना, सुनो समय सुहाना, क्षीर सागर से हुआ प्रभु का आना, हुआ प्रभु का आना। सुख शांति का ले संदेशा, सुख शांति का ले संदेशा, आ गए सरकार हो, आ गया अवतार, आ गए सरकार हो, आ गया अवतार। दुनिया वालों, ओ दुनिया वालों, दुख सागर में डूबी दुनिया सारी, डूबी दुनिया सारी, धूम मची है इधर उधर क्या भारी, इधर उधर क्या भारी। इस हालत से बचाने वाले, इस हालत से बचाने वाले, आ गए करतार हो, आ गया अवतार, आ गए करतार हो, आ गया अवतार। दुनिया वालों जागो रे जागो, बड़ा कठिन है समय आज का भाई, समय आज का भाई। मेहर बिना नहीं संकट हारा कोई, संकट हारा कोई। शरण जाएंगे उनके बंधन, शरण जाएंगे उनके बंधन, छुड़ाएंगे सरकार हो, आ गया अवतार। छुड़ाएंगे सरकार हो, आ गया अवतार। दुनिया वालों जागो रे जागो, बहुत कठिन है उनको समझना प्यारे, उनको समझना प्यारे। उसे चाहिए पिछले भाग हमारे, पिछले भाग हमारे। मधुसूदन तुम रहियो सवर के, मधुसूदन तुम रहियो सवर के। धर ली जो मैं हार हो, आ गया अवतार। धर ली जो मैं हार हो, आ गया अवतार। दुनिया वालों जागो रे जागो, सुख की खोज में फिरने वालों, आज नहीं ये खबरिया सुन लो। आ गया अवतार हो, आ गया अवतार। आ गया अवतार हो, आ गया अवतार। दुनिया वालों जागो रे जागो। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
That was beautiful. Thank you, Rati. We have Al now for the next share. Good morning, Al. Jai Baba.
Yay, Bob, everyone, such a beautiful day today. I'm almost tempted to sing O Sole Mio, but I won't. Anyway, I got a message from Jim Reeves on the other side, thanking Abhishek for his wonderful rendition of Welcome to My World. I think Jim's a little jealous, and I think Jim regrets that was only his second greatest hit and not his greatest. So maybe the Baba world can change that. I noticed today we have 10 programs on Zoom, and I want to encourage everyone to tune in at 3 o'clock for the Zoom program and a live program with John and Dennis talking about how our physical center can be better utilized. There might be a special treat in there for those that tune in. So today I'm going to sing one of my favorite songs, Just Out of Reach, which you've heard several times before, but I made a couple of changes, which some of you might recognize. I'm sure you'll pick up on the Sanskara part, which is one of the changes. So here goes before I take up too much time. Love that hides away from me, blues that keep on bothering me, Sanskaras won't set me free, some things just won't let me be, so far away from you and all your charms, just out of reach from my two empty arms. Each night in dreams I see your face, memories time can erase. I wake and find you gone, I'm so blue and all alone, so far away. Your touch so sweet and warm, just out of reach from my two empty arms. This lonesome feeling all the time, wishing that you'll soon be mine. Dreams that bring you in my sleep, memories I'll always keep. Too far away, your presence, sweet and warm, just out of reach from my sad crying heart. Each day and night I long for you, longing for your love so true. There's this ache inside my heart, time can't heal while we're apart, so far away from you and all your charms, just out of reach from my two empty arms. Oh, Baba, Baba, come to me, free me from duality, bless me with oneness once more. You alone do I adore, this pain of separation I just can't bear. So come to me forever, my Meher. Jai Baba, and thank you all for listening.
Jai Baba, thank you so much, Jack. Now we have our Angela. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, so good to see everybody. Om Parabrahma Paramatma Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. 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 Om Parabrahma Paramatma 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 Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
That was awesome. Thank you, Angela and Cliff. Jai Baba. Now we have Ruth, and after that, I would share something before we move on to our talk. Jai Baba, Ruth.
Jai Baba, good morning. This is a song by Buzz Connor. See how the time disappears. I've wasted so much, I fear. The loving touch, the soft reply. So many chances I've let go by, that's when I sing Meher Baba, that's when I sing Meher. What I hold dear fades away. My best intentions have gone astray, yet all beginnings have an end. So I look to you, my way to mend, that's when I sing Meher Baba, that's when I sing Meher. In the wars of fear and doubt, my mind reels and I want out. What is finally left to do is just to turn to you. That's when I sing Meher Baba, that's when I sing Meher. It's all a passing, winding show. In you I can let it go. There's nothing lost, there's nothing missed. The word is God alone exists. That's when I sing Meher Baba, that's when I sing Meher, that's when I sing Meher Baba, that's when I sing Meher.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ruth and Larry. Jai Baba. Before we move on, I would quickly like to read one of these poems in memory of Bhauji, whose union with Baba was yesterday on 23rd October. This poem, this ghazal, is from the book Meher Roshni. The city of Meher. That love is love which gains entry to the city of Meher. That love is love which sheds manyness in the foundation of oneness. To gain entry to the city of Meher is each one's duty. The beloved has kept the doors open for those with naked hearts. O love, take me to the city of Meher. O love, take me to Mehrabad. O love, take me to the beloved. It is no joke to enter the city of Meher. Oh, the city of Meher is where I am not. The path leading to the city of Meher is full of thorns, but to enter that city is the aim of life. The heart is the way there, but it is frightened of going. Of love, take me to the city of Meher. O love, take me to Mehrabad. O love, take me to the beloved. The distance of the path is from year to year, and only rule is that one sits permanently at his feet along the way. Only the shattered mind gives the effulgence of Meher's city. O limited mind, stop deceiving. Don't play your tricks. O love, take me to the city of Meher. O love, take me to Mehrabad. O love, take me to the beloved. When the infinite ocean is filled with the tears of ash, the beloved's kiss removes all duality from it. The song of ash reaches the door of Meher, and its language is the only words the beloved hears. Let us defeat our false selves in him and gain the victory of life. Now let our song burn and our tears flow. O love, take us to the city of Meher. O love, take us to Mehrabad. O love, take us to the beloved. O Meher, let your glory be sung throughout the world. May the world know that you are the only support for each and all. May the world come to remember you with its every moment. May we truly worship you, O Lord Meher. What kind of worship is affected by duality? His worship is done by one who has fire in his heart. O Bhav, you cannot go to the city of Meher without fire. Burn yourself in his fire and thus remember the beloved every moment. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. We will now move on to our special guest speaker for the day. I will share the screen as we introduce her. So today we have with us MeherKrupa Palve, Bade, her maternal surname, who will share with us some interesting and precious anecdotes and learnings from the life of her parents, Shri V.R. Bade and Srimati S.V. Bade, with beloved avatar Meher Baba. This is going to be a two-part series, and MeherKrupa ji will be with us today and for the next Saturday as well. I would request MeherKrupa ji to unmute.
Jai Baba. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. Jai Baba.
Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba. Can I start? Thank you, beloved Baba. Thank you, Farish, Angela, and Roshni, and circle of friends and companion Andheri group for giving this opportunity. This forum is special, has got some special importance for me because I had Baba's first darshan in EastWest gathering in 1962. And second is my father had his first darshan of the Lord of this universe in October 1950, 16th October 1950. And we will see the details of that further. And third thing is, I am in Nasik now, and Devrali, same area where Baba had opened first Western women's ashram. And this is the same place you must be seeing in the films. In 1931, Baba had celebrated his birthday with a big pandal, and all the Western women, Mandali, Western women disciples had helped Baba to bind those big grain pockets and all that, and big pandal is there, and Baba had distributed around 25,000 and packets to the villagers and given darshan. So that time this was all open land. Now the buildings have come up. So this is the same area, and Baba had taken all the Western women to the Leni caves, Pandav Leni. So right from here, I can see that mountain just there, and the caves are just nearby. So that is another this thing. So thank you very much. And in this, first of all, let me beg your pardon for my English. I hope they understand my English, and because I have never learned English in our village, there was no English teacher. So only for 10th standard, I was taught some little English. Afterwards, I am a commerce postgraduate where we hadn't English subject. So just bear with me. If you don't understand, kindly put the message. Having said that, we'll start today's session. In today's session, I'll try to cover up my father's first darshan of Baba, how he came to Baba, my mother's first darshan, in short, Avadia Park darshan, and Baba's breakfast, how we have named Meher, why there is a Meher prefix in all these our names, and Baba's first birthday celebration by my father, and order from Baba, and the publication of book Prem, and just miss whatever possible. I'll try to avoid much details, but minimum required details I'll give so that the incident will be clear to all. So before starting, I'll just in short give the family history of my father. My father was born and brought up in Vadgaon. It is in Ahmednagar district, and they all the family is from Varkari Sampradaya. Varkari means those who follow Vithala, God Vithala, and they are very simple, very honest people. All these who follow this sampradaya, and on their path of spirituality, the devotion is a main factor for them, and so was the family. And apart from Vithala, they don't accept anyone else as God. So this is his family background. And next session we'll see my grandfather's darshan also. It's a special incident. And my father, being in a village, he was not gone to school, but a teacher in the school village found out that he is a brilliant boy. So he began for the studies, and my father completed 2 standards in 1 year. In 1 year, 1 and 2, so the second standard in 1 year, third and fourth standard, like that. And he used to teach maths to the other students, and later for his higher studies he had to come to Pune. So Pune, he was staying in a hostel. The hostel was run by government, and in the same hostel we see Pratap Ahir and all those were there, but Pratap Ahir was the youngest one, very small at that time. And the rector of the school was Nandanan Lakshmikant Thade, LB Thade. So it's very clear, because of Lakshmikant Thade and Gadekar uncle, Ramchandra Gadekar, my father came to know about Baba. In the hostel, the Thade uncle's house was nearby, and he had a very huge house and very big hall. And they used to have regularly Baba meetings and bhajans, and they used to discuss about Baba and giving whatever. Those days, much publications were not there, but whatever was there, they used to share with these people. And my father was that way quite senior, and he used to attend all these meetings, and he used to have so many questions, doubts and queries, which Thade uncle used to reply patiently. And once it so happened that Thade uncle told him and few others that those days Baba's darshan was not means available anytime. Baba used to be in seclusion and the new life period and all that. So once he told them that if you want to have a glimpse of Meher Baba, so and so date, so and so time, Baba's vehicle, Baba's car will pass from this road. So you can stand this and this point, and where those days cars were not uh, too much, very scarce. Very few cars used to be there on the road. It was not at all crowdy. And they told the color of Baba's car and all that. And so this few students went there and they stood at that point waiting for, in the morning, they all went and they waited there for Baba's car to pass from that road. Quite a long time passed. Car didn't go. Others left and went for lunch. But my father stood there only. Till evening, morning he had gone. No lunch, no dinner, no tea, nothing. Evening, somehow, Thade uncle found it because they used to have roll call sometimes. So somehow he came to know because the responsibility of all these people were on him. So he found out that Bade is not there. So he asked others, so where he is? So they told, oh, mad, that mad, still he is standing there. You had told that Baba's car will be passing on from this road. And that mad is still standing there waiting for Baba's car. And that Thade uncle realized, oh, because as usual, Baba's plan had changed all at a sudden. And that day's plan was changed. And Thade uncle forgot to tell that, and he didn't think that these people will take it so seriously to meet Baba. And then he sent someone and he called Bade from that place back to hostel. And then he realized that the sincerity this boy is thinking for Baba and curious to see Baba. So he promised the next immediate opportunity, I'll take you to Baba's darshan. And we all know 16th October 1949, Baba started his new life. And just for a day, or we can say for a few hours, just for 6 hours, Baba had come to old life. And a meeting was arranged in Mahabaleshwar for the select one. It was Aga Khan Palace. We have seen that place. Now it is no more. They have demolished. And there Baba had arranged for a meeting, and one day Baba, and there this news Thade uncle gave to my father, and he told him that Baba is coming to Mahabaleshwar and darshan, you can take darshan. Because afterwards we don't know, again Baba will be going new life, means we don't know when he will be available, when he will come back, whether he will come or not, whether you will have darshan. So better. So my father said, I am very much curious to see Baba, but I don't have money. And so he gave his watch. My father had a wristwatch. Those days wristwatch was a very luxurious thing, and he passed in very good marks. So his eldest brother had presented him that watch. So this watch he gave to Thade uncle, and he said that my expenses you please arrange from this watch for going to Mahabaleshwar and coming back and all that. And this is how my father went to Mahabaleshwar for having Baba's darshan. Now the thing is that those days Baba's photos or literature was not abandoned, and he had heard from others that Baba's eyes blinks very fast. Baba's fingers move very fast, and it is impossible for a human to see directly into Baba's eyes. It's not possible to meet your eyes to Baba's eyes and see directly to him. And he, as a young boy, challenged, how it's not impossible. How it can be impossible not to see? He's a human being. Why will not be see? Just to see in the eyes means. So he decided that somehow I'll meet Baba's eyes. Eye to eye contact I will do. I'll see into his eyes. And with the sole aim, he sat in the program, and he sat in the program, and he chose a place where he can see Baba nicely and there won't be any disturbance. And his attention was not at all anywhere else. He was not aware of the surrounding and what is happening in that meeting. His sole and only aim was to see Baba eye to eye and meet the eye, do the eye contact. And so the famous sermon was given in this meeting, but that also he came to know and read it later in the literature. That time he was not aware of all these things. And so he kept on staring in Baba's eyes. And Baba, as we know, he is all knowing. He kept on seeing right, left, back, front. But my father, he was not. Baba used to have very quick and fast. He used to have the view of the whole pandal and all the gathering in anywhere, anytime if it is there. Very fast, Baba used to see everything, all the details. And this time he used to see everywhere, but not my father, who is just sitting in front of him. And much time passed by, but Baba was not looking at him. He was not able to see and make eye contact. And quite a time, more than half a program finished, but it was not possible. And finally, my father thought, oh, it's something. And somehow his mind accepted his defeat. We can say that ego gone. And he said, oh, there is something. It seems it's not possible to see him eye to eye. Okay, better I'll just leave my efforts and I'll see down. The moment he thought so, Baba looked directly into his eyes. And my father says he cannot describe what he felt. So nice, so peace. But immediately, as soon as Baba saw, two light currents came directly from Baba's eyes and entered into his heart. And he felt something is burning inside, even that noise and all that. And even while doing, and he had that very means, he says he cannot describe what he felt. So much peace, so much joy, and something very extraordinary. After that, the whole program, he kept his head down and didn't see again. And he was not at all aware of all the surroundings. He never know what is going around him. And he says in many of the darshans, it used to happen that he used to lose the consciousness of all the other things around what is happening. And then the program was over. He came out and Thade uncle immediately grabbed him and asked him, do you accept now that he is God? What do you say? How do you feel? So he said, it's not ordinary. That much. It's extraordinary. That's all he could say that time. But after that, he never left a single opportunity till Baba was in body since 1950 to see Baba, to meet Baba, to go to the Sahvas, to go to the darshan programs. Never he left a single, whatever comes may. And whenever he used to get the news, he had many times Baba's formal, informal darshan in Mehrabad, Mehrabad, and Khushrughar, in Guru Prasad, because later in 1954 he left Pune and he went to settle in Pathardi, Ahmednagar district, just 2 hours away from Ahmednagar. And so he used to, I will see later, the how Baba gave him so many opportunities to see him. After that, what happened when they were having their lunch in a hostel on the table, and one day Gadekar uncle came and immediately told in his ear, Bade, Baba is going to come to Guru Prasad just for some time, not hours also, sometime. Baba used to do this, passing from one place to other place. He used to stay, go Guru Prasad or Bindra house, stay for a while and then make his forward journey. So immediately my father, Gadekar uncle, my father and other few went to Guru Prasad, and Baba had stayed, was resting in a small room sidewise, not the main Guru Prasad hall or that room. And Gadekar uncle had brought a small box of sweets with him, and they all went and had meet Baba. And Baba cracked a joke that Gadekar, you are so hefty, such a big person, and such a small box of sweet you have brought. So many of my lovers and manlis are there. Anyway, keep it. Just a joke apart. And then once it so happened, so slowly with the Baba's meetings, reading books and literatures and all that, my father, see, first comes the faith, first comes the belief, then comes faith, and then comes conviction. That's my mother. Um, Maybe this is 1958 Sahwas, and that was the first time ladies were allowed to see Baba and Sahwas. And my mother is sitting to Baba's left side, down, sitting in the middle among the three. She is the middle one. Yes, that is my mother in black sari. We'll see her stories also in short. She is now in the, they have logged in. We'll ask if they can come up. And so I was telling about the conviction. It's not our thing. As we say, we don't go to Baba, Baba select us. And first comes the belief, then comes the faith, and then comes conviction. And this conviction we cannot forcefully bring in. He is the one who gives this conviction to us. It's not we that we believe in Baba, we accept him as a God. It's Baba, it's he who gives that beautiful gift to us, and he has given to us by birth. And my father got that gift. And when he got that conviction and he got the news, Baba is coming to Bindra house. So he decided to go and take Baba's darshan in Bindra house. Now this time he had accepted him as a God, as an avatar or God in human form. And so as is the custom in India to offer coconut to God, so he took coconuts to, because he was not much knowing about the Baba's ways and about the non-rituals and these things. So instead of taking one coconut, he had some idea in his mind, maybe 6 or 4 coconuts, like anger, lust, greed, and for each this aspect of ours, shortcomings of weaknesses, shadripi, what we call. So he took 4 or 6 coconuts and he went to Bindra house, and Baba asked, who is he? And somebody told Baba, he is Bade. So Baba cracked joke. Bade means Hindi, Bade means big, or big, not in size, but by all means big. So Baba cracked some joke, and then he offered coconuts to Baba, and Baba said, oh, why so many coconuts? If one goes to God, gives one coconut, why you have brought so many coconuts? But anyway, keep it. And Baba gave it to them to keep it. And this is how he saw Baba in Bindra house. Then once he came to know, while he was in Pune only, that Baba is going to some place, and that train is arriving Pune station this and this time. And as soon as he knew this, he saw, and there was a little time left. Immediately he took cycle. They used to travel on bicycle only. And he went to station. He just threw the cycle, just dropped it like that only, because very few seconds he took the platform ticket and went to. And like a mad person, he was running on the platform, searching for Baba from compartment to compartment, each dabba. And then because he was worried that if this starts, that thought was only to see Baba, and how can I see him, how I'll know where he is and which compartment and all that. And like that, when he was searching, immediately he located Baba. So beautiful. He was sitting near the window. Usually Baba never. And Baba's hand was rested on window like this. And he was engrossed in his thoughts. Baba was engrossed in his thoughts. And immediately, Bade, my father, went running, and he just grabbed Baba's hand and kissed Baba's hand. That's all. Nothing was said, nothing was asked. And see, that is how the things that are real are given and received in silence. This is what Baba Dada's another visit in the initial period of Baba. He just went and kissed her, and immediately, as soon as he kissed Baba's hand, a train started and left the station. So now straightway we will come to Wadia Park Darshan, because in between he has memories of 1955 Sahwas, and in between Nestle Wadia was mayor or sort of thing in Ahmednagar, and he had his bungalow. He had a very big garden, very beautiful garden. Wadia Park, it was famous. We used to go there frequently. I remember that garden very well, very beautiful garden, very big garden. Now it is not there as it was previously. And my mother is from Ahmednagar. Her house was near to the garden, and her school was near to the garden. It is a Kanya Shala. And this Nauroji Nestle Wadia, he had a bungalow also near that garden or back of the garden. And as I know, as per my knowledge, uh, when Baba first arrived in Ahmednagar, he had stayed in this very bungalow of Wadia. And I think that bungalow is still there, if I am not wrong. So, so this Wadia Park Darshan, we all know so many stories, because all the people around from Ahmednagar villages had gathered in their bullock carts and all that to see Baba take his darshan. From various places they gathered there, they crowded it. But Ahmednagar local people were not there much. And they slowly, through these people, they started wondering why there is such a crowd. And through these people, they came to know that Meher Baba, because those days anyone used to believe, oh, saintly person or God, they will go and have opportunity to take darshan and blessings. And so evening, Ahmednagar people started gathering and making crowd. And that is why we see that huge crowd in the evening when Baba had to sit on the top of the car and to accommodate, to give darshan to all. So this Wadia Park Darshan program, my father, V.R. Bade, and my mother, S.V. Bade, both were volunteers. Now, my father was already in Baba's, but how my mother came to this program as a volunteer is a really miss, as we see now how Baba picks up his people. So, as we know, Thade uncle had yes, yes, question answer will take. So Thade uncle was on a very good post in government, and he had requested that school to arrange and send some students, smart students, for as a volunteer. And in that way, my mother was selected from that school to volunteer in Baba's 1950 Wadia Park Darshan program, 52, 54. So both were volunteer, and that time they were not married and they were not knowing each other also. But later 1956 they got married, and I'll tell my mother's first darshan of Baba. So the opportunity was, my father never used to ask Baba anything, tell Baba any of his problem or demand anything, nothing, because that was how it was. And they used to observe all the rules and regulations, whatever is there. They never tried to break any rule, and whatever is uh, set rules or whatever is Baba's wish, not to displease Baba at any cost. And always they were very cautious about these things. All their attention was to this point. And if the darshan is not allowed, they will not go for the darshan. So he says 1956, around after 4 or 6 months of their marriage, they got the opportunity to take Baba's darshan. And now it is, whether it is in Sakori or it is in Khushru I have a little confusion about that. But the thing is that the program was going on, darshan program it was, and line was going on. Everyone was taking darshan in line, coming in line and taking Baba's darshan and going from other side. And as we know, at the other side, continuous bhajans program was going on. Madhusudan and all those bhajans, they were singing bhajans. Yes, this is my father to the left side of Baba. he started wearing cap later. Previously he had, but here he has worn that white cap. Just next to Baba, white cap is my father, Bade. So the darshan and bhajans were going on. Madhusudan and party were singing bhajans. And my mother was standing in a queue. As soon as her number came, Baba immediately stopped bhajan. Immediately stopped bhajan. Immediately he stopped line also. And she was standing in front of Baba as Baba had stopped queue as well as bhajan. And before she bowed down to Baba, Baba looked at her and Baba inquired who she is. And then Rangoli Kaka was by the side of Baba and he said, Baba, Bade's wife. And my father, by the time someone called him and he came running and he was asked, and he said, yes, Baba, she is my wife. And then Baba said, okay. Baba asked her to bow down, take darshan. And Baba placed his hand on her head like this, complete. Baba put his hand on my mother's head. And this is supposed very auspicious, very great thing in this India. This is a blessings from God, all blessing, material blessing, a spiritual blessing, everything. He blessed my mother, and after her darshan, he again started bhajan and line was started. This is very special. And if we see now her, she has become just like mast type. Even if it is cut and bleeding, she will not know. Even if you are unknown, she will so lovingly meet you, so happily meet you and kiss you. She has no apna paraya, mine and your, no. All are one for her. She lovely meets everyone. If she is in the hospital, right from the ward boy to the doctor, to everyone, she will say Jai Baba, and within 2-3 days, they will all start responding her with Jai Baba. She loved Baba so much. We'll see that now. The next story will take, I think, from of my mother only. So now she does not remember her children, means we, our names, our husband, our kids' name, where we are, nothing. But as soon as she sees Baba's photo or listens very good bhajan, tears start from her eyes. And if she is so much in Baba's love, if you start singing or you ask her to sing a bhajan or arti, that is totally nicely, she will sing the full arti, Baba's prayer and bhajan, that she remembers, but she does not remember all of us so nicely. So that is how Baba has placed. That happened much later after her worldly, while all the life is after wending well. This has happened now few years back. So coming back to the point, so she had this darshan, and now we'll know about her another story and Baba's breakfast. We all know that Baba never used to have breakfast. He used to avoid breakfast. As it is, Baba used to have very little for eat, no? And very poor eater, we can say, because digestion was a problem for Baba. That also one story will maybe in next session. So so Baba breakfast, but then Baba was becoming very weak, and somebody and doctor and Gohar auntie, they all were after Baba to take breakfast. So they started, I think, toast something they started, and that didn't work. And then they started bread and butter, that didn't work. And but finally, how Baba's breakfast went on very well for few years because of my mother, that we'll see. It so happened that my mother had prepared sevai. Sevai is an Indian form of noodles. It is made out of wheat, but she used to grind the wheat on that stone chakki you might have seen under the shade, on which Baba used to grind the flour for the Premashram boys. So similar, that is called zata in Marathi. So on that she used to grind and make it. And she is a perfectionist in anything. She was a Marathi professor, and whatever, whether to teach, whether to cook, everything is a perfection. So she prepared this sevai, and she asked my father how that sevai is made out of wheat. There is a long 5 feet, we can say, in length, and around 1.5 feet in the width. Wooden plank is there, and some support is kept on that, and then that slanting position, that plank is kept, and on that, like this, that we have to sit both side of the plank, that plank is between the legs, and then you have to do that sevai like this. And other person will downwards come the thin, slight, delicate strips, and other person will take it, and it will be dried and kept, and then it can be stored. So my mother had prepared this sevai, and on her own she told my father that, why don't you take some sevai for Baba? If while eating, while sleeping, whatever we do, while taking tea also, if we remember Baba and which type of tea Baba must be liking, I have that question and all that. So it's good. So she said to my father to take some sevai for Baba. And my father was very happy, and they didn't think much whether Baba will like, they will. It just came spontaneous. Baba says, "Now I speak in your heart." So like that. So Baba has prompted, we can say her, and my father took the sevai, and he went to Ahmednagar from Pathadi, 2 hours, those days, 2.5, 3 hours journey. He went to Ahmednagar to Adi Kaka, and he gave it to Adi Kaka that this my wife has sent for Baba. And Adi Kaka in turn sent it to Mehrazad, and Mehrazad then Pendu took it to Baba. Baba asked, what is it? So Pendu said, Baba, ये बड़े का wife ने सेवई भेजा है, क्या करना है, रखना है, I can't speak that Gujarati, so रखना है कि वापस भेजना है. So Baba said, that was the system. जो भी कुछ आए, whatever comes, that has to be first taken to Baba and take Baba's permission and bring to Baba's notice, and then Baba will decide what to do. So Baba allowed him. Baba said, okay, let it be, keep it. And then Mehra Mai prepared kheer with the milk. It's simple procedure to boil it. It gets within 2 to 5 minutes, and add a milk and sugar if you want. And Baba took it in his breakfast, and he liked it very much. And they all were, because it is very soft. Baba had no teeth, and chewing was a problem for Baba. So everyone was very happy. And then Gohar auntie, I think, sent a letter that if it is not a problematic, if she is ready, if it is comfortable for you, so many conditions, and if the sevai is made out of in the same way, out of the same wheat, with the same oil, and very little oil it is applied, and salt, then you can, if you don't mind, you can send more for Baba. And she prepared sevai and a big tin, maybe 25, 50 kg, 30 kg, whatever. She used to, you might have seen those tins of in the Mehrazad, those ashes has been filled in those small tins, like that, it will open. So in that tin, she used to fill it, and my father used to take either himself or through Ari Kaka, he used to send it to Mehrazad for Baba, and Baba used to take in breakfast. Yeah, this was another sahwas when Baba served himself, and he has, my father was also in that, and he had the fortune of taking that puri. Baba was serving puri, a roll or a piece, to everyone Baba had served. And he was also in that, and he got that puri. He has the good fortune of having that puri by the hands of our beloved Baba. So coming back to our Sevai story, and this went on quite a long time, maybe 1.5 years or 2 years. The Sevai issue was going on. She was regularly sending to Baba, and Baba used to have it in his breakfast nicely. So this is the first thing, was suit, somehow fitted and suit for Baba's breakfast. And then it so happened, there's my younger sister is Meher Jyoti. Some from Bombay must be knowing her. So my mother was carrying at the time of Meher Jyoti, so she was in her home. And it's difficult now in that advanced stage of carrying to sit both side on the plank and do the sevai. So my mother's mother, my grandmother came to see her, and she said, okay, I'll make a sevai. They didn't think anything this thing with the same weight and all those other things. They followed very strictly whatever the orders were, and they didn't think that the hand is changing or something. The point was to send it to Baba for breakfast. So my grandmother made the sevais, and it was sent to Mehrazad. As soon as Baba got this tin of sevai out of my hand, Baba called Adi. Adi Kaka used to go daily morning to Mehrazad. He asked Adi to write a letter. He said, ask Bade not to send sevai here after. Baba asked Adi Kaka to send a letter to stop sending sevai. See how only God, they are in Pathurdi, he is in Mehrazad, how he knew that the hand has been changed. And whatever miss, anyway, they have to follow Baba's instruction and they stop Baba's sevai, sending sevai to Baba. So that's not only Baba's breakfast, but sometimes I feel now if you see that noodles has become a universal food. I think through that, say avatars, any action is symbolic. And through that, avatar does much work, what we can't see with our eyes and what our mind cannot think. So this is the story of Sevai or Baba's breakfast. Then we'll come to the names. All our names are Meheranjali, my eldest sister. She is now there logged in here. And Baba had took her in his laps. Both were staring each other's eyes directly, and then Baba had made this gesture. And Baba's Mandali used to say that my sister Meheranjali, she is there, is a agent of Baba. Some agents, they are not aware that they are the agents. Anyway, so what happened when she was born? My father sent a letter informing Baba that a child has born and what name should be given to the child. And then Baba's reply came, you give any name of your choice. The only thing, it should start with Meher. See, these are Baba's orders. Huh? I have heard some few people one day in MPR in dining hall, they were making fun. All these people, how their names are starting with Meher. So this is the story I want to bring and emphasize on this platform. This was Baba's order. If you see later also, many people Baba have named. But this was the letter is there. Baba said the prefix should be Meher. Now, why this? If we think about it, so old days in India, the names would be Rama, Sita, Lakshmi, and all these deities' names. Krishna. Why? Because the reasoning logic behind it is when we call that person, automatically God's name is in our mind, in our Baba says that the chant, take my names when you breathe your last. Yeah, always we have to take Baba's, we have to remember Baba, always think of him, always take his name. Nama Mahima, Nama Samarthya. So when they call me MeherKrupa, MeherKrupa, when you call, whenever I tell my name is MeherKrupa, whenever you tell about MeherKrupa, whoever calls, or my parents or my family members call me, when they call me MeherKrupa, so that much time Baba's name Meher will be there. And one more important thing is, see in India, it's this thing, people are very emotional. At the dying moment, if suppose you forget to take God's name, but if they call usually they call their children. And if that person calls the child, which is named prefix with Meher, automatically Meher's name will be in his mouth. Why at the time of dying moment, if we take Baba's name, Baba says, I do not dare to neglect, that person will be liberated. So these names are like this. My eldest sister is Meheranjali. Then my only brother was who has gone to Baba. His stories are different. Meher Prasad, then MeherKrupa. Then my younger to me is Meher Jyoti, and the last is Meher Arti. And now my daughter was also there. She had logged in now. She is Meher Rutuja. She is 31st Jan born. So all these names are, there's an importance. So whenever, whatever post I had been, I never told my surname. It is a custom in India to tell surname, specifically higher post persons. But still, I always told my name as Meher only. Oh, this is our marriage photograph, my husband and myself. And this is our Mansari Mai. And this is Samadhi, where our marriage took place in Samadhi. And a great deal, we can say Mansari Mai was our Panditji. And Erech uncle and Bhagirat Mama and Mansari Mai had played a great role. If you see in this photo, my parents are not there, and Mansari Mai and others are there. And this is the small photo where Baba's photo can be seen. I'll tell the story about this photo also. And this is 25th February, big celebration used to be there. 25 to 35,000 people used to take Baba's darshan and prasad. My father in cap, my mother, and my daughter, myself, and my husband are there in Pathardi. This is, and she's my daughter playing tabla. Now she is a doctor. Now, anyway, so she used to play tabla in Baba bhajans, all bhajans. So this is the importance of Baba's name, and this is the importance of starting names with Meher. In short, now I will tell Baba's first birthday celebrations as birthday photo Roshni has placed here. The first time when my father started celebrated Baba's birthday, that incident I'll try to tell fast forward. And he always used to think something unique, something special. Baba is God, universal, everything universal. So whatever we are doing should be extraordinary for Baba. Nothing should be ordinary or common for Baba. That was always thought. So how to celebrate Baba's birthday in a unique way? That time he was in Pathardi, and Baba used to call him Ek Khambi Tambu, means one pillar tent, because he always did it on his own, never took someone's help. He never collected contributions. All the expenditure he used to make out of his pocket, and then give to trust also. That is a different story. So what he did on that specific birthday, how to, because he was not very rich and always short of money. Though he was advocate, he never fought cases from wrong side. Wrong side, which is not truth. Always he fought for the truth, and he never, he always won all the cases. So coming back to the point, he had scarce of money, so he decided how to celebrate the birthday. So he got the big good laddus, sweet laddu, round shape sweet in India, very common laddu, and he got it made. This is my father to the left of Baba. Behind, Erech uncle is there with the black cap. Behind him is my father. Those days he was not wearing cap. He had good hair. Afterwards he became bald, so started making wearing cap. But that time he is behind Erech uncle and near Baba. So what he did, he got prepared those laddus and kept in a very big thala. We call it a very big plate, you can call it, and kept all the laddus in that, made out of pure ghee, and gave it on the head of Keshav. I still remember that person. Keshav is from a backward class, wearing keshri, orange colored turban. So he gave on his head, and they went to a that is called Harijanwada. Means those days in India, backward class people used to stay separately from others in a village, and there was untouchability and so many bad practices going on. But my father, what he did, without bothering for anyone and anything, he just simply went to that area. Usually people will not go to that area of backward class people, and he went to that area and to each one's house, and he himself distributed to each and every person of that society this prasad of Baba laddu on Baba's birthday. What happened afterwards, next when he went to Mehrazad, he didn't, those days nothing was there, no phones and nothing, and he never used to tell that I have done this or that, nothing. He never liked to share all his these things. Somehow with great difficulty we have taken it out from him. So when he reached Meherazar and Baba was sitting in the hall, and he was on the entrance only, he had not even stepped in the hall, and Baba immediately tells Erech Kaka that he has distributed laddu on my birthday. And then Erech uncle asked my father, see, Baba says that you have distributed laddus, tell us what is it. And then my father had to narrate it, and Baba said, very good, very tasty laddus. And Baba says that this is the best way of celebrating my birthday. I liked it very much. It touched my heart. This is the short story about the birthday. And then he later celebrated birthdays every year. The 24th night, the whole night, they will be bhajan jagar. The whole night, no one will sleep, and all Baba's bhajans and songs will be going on. Early morning, yeah, these are the pillows below Baba's hand. There is an interesting story about these pillows made and by my father and sent for Baba. We'll see it maybe next session. First, I will finish the story of the publication of Prem book. So he used to celebrate birthdays on a very large scale, nice decoration. All the Glow magazines will be placed there, and all the Baba sayings will be placed. A big hall he had reserved for Baba's cause, and more than 35,000-35,000. Each and every person from the town used to come for Baba Darshan and Prasad. All the schools, colleges, offices, and court staff and Panchayat Samiti staff, everyone in the line, they used to come. So now in that area, you will not hear a single person who has not heard of Baba or taken his prasad. So this is how Baba gets it, through someone. So Baba used to praise, and he used to teach Pune people what you are doing. You are nothing doing. See, he alone, he does so many things. So coming back to this Prem Pustak, those days, as I told, that publications were very few. And my father and my mother, they decided that Baba, there is nothing in Marathi. So they said, Baba's main is a God of love. So we'll collect all the, they collected all the Baba's sayings and this thing on love, on the subject love, whatever Baba has said about love and on love. And they had a compilation. And then she is MA in Marathi, my mother. So she helped my father to translate all in Marathi. And they made a nice small book with this compilation. And the name of book was Prem. Prem means love in Marathi. And then as soon as the book was ready, they worked hard, both of them. And then he took it to Adi Kaka, to Ahmednagar. And he showed to Adi Kaka that Adi Kaka, this is what we have done. You see, if it is okay, we'll go for the publication. Adi Kaka said, okay, wait, because we have to verify whether it is done correctly, promptly, nicely, perfectly. So he called Balnatu. He asked Balnatu to verify all the details, whether it is done correctly, nicely, perfectly. And Balnatu said, yes, I'll go through it. And he saw it and he was very happy. He said, done perfectly, very nice. We must publish this. And then Adi Kaka said, yes, we can publish this. Then as usual, my father said, oh, we can go about it. I don't have money. And I don't want you to spend. Now you give money, and later when I get money, I'll give it to you. You arrange for the publication of the book. So immediately Adi Kaka called the person, printing wala, and then Adi Kaka told, got the estimate of the expenditure. They were very particular about when it comes for the all this practical aspects. I forgot to tell one thing. When my mother had sent Sevena, Baba had sent her his photograph, a very nice photograph with this folding hand and eyes closed. So coming back to book story, so they took the estimate. My father went to Pathardi, and as soon as he went Pathardi, within 2 days, a person came and gave some work to him of his court work, maybe notice or something. And my father never used to ask for money. This is the money, how much. He never charged for his advices. He never charged to poor people. So the person gave exactly the amount which was required for publishing that book. See, this is how, if we do very by heart, without our thought of self, and selflessly, honestly, with love, and without any other thoughts, when you are doing for Baba, nothing is there. Mind only Baba, and how to do it perfectly is the only thing. So Baba helps. So we can say Baba had arranged for that. So he took money and immediately went to Ahmednagar and gave to Adi Kaka. Adi Kaka said, "You didn't have money. How it came?" Because Mandali also used to be curious to know the stories behind it. And then my father told the whole story, and then that book was published. When it was published and it was sent to Baba, Baba took it, did like this, and kept it on his heart, near his heart. I hope you can see this. And Baba made this gesture, and Baba kept it to his heart. This is the story of that Prem book, Prem. I must abide to by your rules of timings. I think there are some questions. Roshni ji, shall we take the questions? One more important point left. Can I finish that within 2 minutes, or we can take questions?
Sure, please, please.
So
Sure.
it so happened, all were telling Baba that I have done this in my my center. I did this, and as his Baba's, my father was sitting silently behind, and Baba immediately asked him, "Why don't you start bhajan and center at your place?" My father was astonished because he was seeing like this, because everything with the gestures. And when that matter is related to you, automatically you will know Baba's gestures. They tell that they never felt that Baba was silent. The things were conveyed so perfectly, which is related to you. So my father said that, "Me?" Baba said, "Yes, you." So he said, he was advocate, those days advocate. "Baba, I don't know singing." Baba said, "What is the need? You sing by heart." See, this is very important for all the centers. This is a message directly, I can say, from Baba. What is the need? It should be from heart, whether you know singing or not. Now next, my father's excuse was, "Who will come for the bhajan?" What Baba said, someone comes or not, don't worry, don't bother. How many comes, whether they come or not, people will come. And if no one comes, I will be there. What Baba says, don't bother who comes and how many comes. If no one comes, I will, whenever you come, sit for bhajan, and whenever you sit for bhajan, I will be there. What a promise, what a conviction. There was no way to out for my father to escape. And he started weekly bhajans every Monday. And there are so beautiful stories about that bhajan also. Yeah, yes, Roshni ji. Okay, we'll take question and answer. Thank you, Jai Baba.
If anybody has a question, then you can raise your hand digitally.
I was seeing some hand there.
Yes.
Throughout the program, one hand was
Yeah.
there.
No, that was by mistake. Somebody had put.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So if anybody has a question, please raise your hand digitally, and we could ask MeherKrupa ji. MeherKrupa ji, do you have that book which you just mentioned to show us by any chance?
Yeah, I have. Shall we show the next section, or okay, I'll get it. I'll
No
show
problem.
right
I'm
now.
not waiting for the. So
Yeah, my husband
wait.
is there. He will give it, and
Okay.
we can show it to them. Yes, that Prem Pustak,
Yes.
it is there. A small book.
No
It is
problem.
there. Stop. He's searching for that. So the Baba said to him, whenever you sit for the bhajan, I'll be there. So same thing. If we go to the center, whether virtual, whether this thing, we have to keep it in mind that we are not going for someone. We are going for Baba, because Baba is there. And if Baba would have been body, whether we would have missed that chance of seeing him or taking his darshan, no. So I, like a greedy person, is attending all the virtual programs nowadays, whatever possible.
I can see your loving parents are there as well. MeherKrupa ji, can we have them to say something? I see on Mehranjali's ID they are sitting over there.
Yeah.
Would be
My
great
mother
to
can
hear
sing.
2 words.
Yeah, sure, certainly. Akka? Dr. Mehranjali, please open your mic. Unmute your mic.
Okay.
Yeah. Jai Baba Dada.
Jai Baba.
Say Jai Baba to all.
Jai Baba.
See, Roshni, he is my father. V.R. Bade, Advocate V.R. Bade from Pathardi. She is my mother, S.V. Bade. Akka, where are you?
Background.
I'm
at the background.
You come in between these two, na? You can't?
No,
Yeah,
can't.
दादा जय बाबा करा सगळ्यांना बोला ऐकायला येईल आम्हाला
जय बाबा इंग्लिश मध्ये बोला जय बाबा
What you will like? Will you like to say something, Dada? Will you like to say something?
बोला लवकर काय सांगू आता इंग्लिश मध्ये
You tell about Baba. What is Baba? How is Baba? How you felt about Baba?
My conviction is Baba is God in human form. With that conviction, I carried all the activities of my life for Baba's purpose. Jai Baba.
जय बाबा माँ
जय बाबा
माँ भजन ते म्हण मेहर बाबा म्हण मेहर बाबा I'm asking my mother to say Baba's.
Baba Sri Guru Raya Tavatarana Mandune Pavana Tavatarana Mandune Priti Se Pulavata Lavane Oari Agate Om Mamakar Pura Dharne Arate Mana Pushpa Ragata Arate Mana Pushpa Oari Priti Ne Mada Sri Sadguru Rama Prema Sagara Dana Depatava Relation Tava Teja Shanti Pasare Rup में उदयला पंजय प्राणांचा ज्योते प्रशांत सुंदर मोठ तुझे मज आनंदे डोलवे प्रियतम आनंदे डोलवे पुण्य दर्शन तुझा उसळते हर्षोर में हृदय जे कार्य सप्रेम मजला तुझाची ही विनती सद्गुरु तुझाची ही विनती मम ज्ञान दूर करुणे स्वस्वरूपे घे अवतार में बाबा की जय जय बाबा
जय बाबा जय
Meher
बाबा.
What
is
the
my
name,
name?
MeherKrupa ji?
Who am I? Yeah, the meaning is Meher Baba Sri Guru Taucharana Vandane. Baba bowing at your feet. Pritichi Pulvata Lavani Ovari Arati. I am doing this Arti by burning the camphor of my love. Pritichi Pulvata Lavani Ovari Arati. Aham Bhava Karpura Dharuni
Arpi Mana Pushpa.
Arpi Mana Pushpa. Aham Bhava. I am burning the camphor of my ego and offering you the flower of my mind inhalation.
Of my love.
Aham bhava karpura dhaluni arpi mana pushpa. ओवाळी प्रीतीने माझा श्री सद्गुरु राया. I am
Guru
doing this आरती with love. अहम भाव कर्पूर नवनी अर्पी मन खुश ओवाळी प्रीतीने माझा श्री
बरोबर.
प्रेम सागरा ज्ञान
प्रेम
दीप
सागर. हा येस अक्का कंटिन्यू. प्रेम
प्रेम
सागरा
सागरा
ज्ञान
ज्ञान दीप तव तेज शांत पसरवी अंतरी तेज शांत पसरवी. सो ट्रान्सलेट.
You are the ocean of love. Prema Sagara Jnanadeepa. And the lamp of your knowledge, Prema Sagara Jnanadeepa Tava,
तेज शांत पसरवी.
Teja Shanta Pasaravi. And that the lamp of your knowledge is spreading a light of peace. You are the ocean of love. प्रेम सागरा ज्ञानदीप तव तेज शांत पसरवी अंतरी तेज शांत पसरवी. गुरुस्नेही उजळल्या पंचही प्राणांच्या ज्योती. ते लागता प्रशांत सुंदर पंचप्राण 5 lives. That आरती we are doing. And प्रशांत सुंदर मूर्ती तुझी मज आनंदे डोलवी. Your lovely figure. You are so lovely that with joy I am dancing with joy. आनंदे डोळे पुण्य दर्शने तुझ्या उसळती हर्षोन्मेय हृदय. With your darshan, your sight, the
waves of happiness are arriving in my mind. Waves of
yes.
happiness, the tide of happiness.
येस अक्का कंटिन्यू. आणि एकदा चेहरा दाखव प्लीज.
नको
समोर येत.
नाही.
ओके.
What is their age, MeherKrupa ji?
My father is 94 and my mother is 86.
Yeah,
my father's birthday next month, mother's birthday last month over. So
Thank you.
If
Jai
you
Baba.
ask her, she cannot recognize me. She will not tell my name and all that. But if you ask another bhajan prayer, Parvardiga, we have 2 minutes, Angela ji, Roshni. Ma Parvardigara man.
नको कृपा आता बस.
Parvardigara jagara cheto nache adanam to tuje tola. Gya toya tanga tuja na kona. Tula ye gaye tapade na tula. Tula varna na rupa nanak tatana. Guna teta yetu tula bandana. Agada vinasa na pave kadatu. Na pave tula tarkava kalpana. Pavu sake kona tuzala banga. Tiranjivana divane pravina. Vota se tu purvakaliya se aja. Raye pudeye sada sarvada.
सदा व्यापुने.
Salava pune sarvato vasto matre. Ase tu tasate salate taye. Vapune akasha patara nara. Nara ure sarva vastu vane. Bhume kato nato bhume kate tato. Tu vattaye ane avyattaye. Asone swayam nitena punato. Matone telote. Ure tabare. Tu dama se sarva hridayamana. Surutane Mayaka Sarva Deveshwara Kalyanakare Sada Sarva Shakti Asai Sarva Vyapi Nayataga Amaryada Ananda Shakti Asena Amaryada Pradnana Yetu Tata Asai Matne Sarvana To Dana Chanda Tikaladna Yetu स्वयं ज्ञानवा करे सत्यदानंद आत्मा से आत्मा गुणा पारना प्रेम सिंधु तुझा प्राचीन तुएत श्रेष्ठा वो निश्रेष्ठ सत्याचे आदर प्रभु तू तसा असे देव तुझे परम देव हेतु परात्परे तू देव परमेश्वरा Allah ilahi yaldana tuche awora madda ate ते तू खरा परमात्मा देवा परब्रह्म तोच तुझे श्रेष्ठ तू सर्व शक्ती तुझ्या तुझ्या बिन तुझा न पूजा कोणी असे साथ येग तुझे नाव जय अवतार
Avatar Meher Baba ki. This is Parvardigar prayer, and Dr. C.D. Deshmukh had made it in rhythmic poetic Parvardigar. So it was sung before Baba. They used to sing this, and so from old days, that time onwards, we are saying this only daily. And my father, whenever this is the book. Roshni was asking, oh, I have to show it now. It must be saying Multana. This is the book.
It's correct.
Correct. Na? So this is the book, Roshni, you are asking. That small book they both have done. Prem. That is on love. Compilation of all the Baba's messages on love.
Beautiful.
So my father, if you ask final declaration and all that, na, without saying any book, he will start now. All those things he is reluctant to share his personal experiences, but what Baba said, Baba's messages and all that, he says all that.
But what grace that your mother just remembered so fluently every word of it and sharing with us in his love. Thank you so much.
Next time we'll ask her to sing one bhajan, that is old one. Now I think we are nearing time now. Another session is
we will share our Dhun and Arti, and we thank MeherKrupa ji and her loving parents to be with us today and sharing their love for Baba with us. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for sharing this
Thank
treasure.
you, Roshni ji. Arti and prayer already over.
Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank
That
you
is
to Baba.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you, everyone. Jai Baba. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. थांबा मा दादा प्रार्थना आरती आहे.
We'll begin with the Dhun, followed by the Australian Arti and a minute of silence.
Yeah.
Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
O glorious, eternal, ancient one, your face is a bright, transcendental sun. Lighten this dark world and the tears I weep. My heart, Meher, I give to you to keep. Creator, yet creationless you are. Truth and truth's body, divine avatar. Through compassion, the three worlds maintain. Destroy this ignorance that life sustains. These five lights are the whirling strokes of breath of the world's wheel that bears me unto death. Unless you are infinitely kind, break the wheels of which is conditioned mind. This incense is my love, these fruits my art, which to please you I have shaped from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shining hour. You are myself, I sing to you in praise, and beg your love to bear me through the day. Till you, the ever-living perfect one, illume my darkness with your shining sun.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। We'll have 1 minute of silence. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Jai Baba.
Very wonderful talk. Wow, what a fiery lady. She's all Baba.
Jai Baba. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai.
Avatar Meher
Jai
Baba
Meher Baba ki
Jai. Avatar Meher Baba.
Jai.
Baba. Meher Baba ki jai.
Avatar
Jai.
Jai. Jai
We
Baba.
have here Vijayji is there at 9:30 for his talk.
In about 8 minutes, it's Vijayji's turn. But
Done.
I just want to really thank MeherKrupa. That was just fantastic. Thank you so much. Part 2 next week.
Yes.
Is she going to get the chat? Is she going to get the chat text?
Sorry?
Is she going to get the chat text?
Now you can talk.
I'll try to get them. I'll try to get them. If there is connectivity, they will be with us. Parents.
Roshni, is she going to get the chat text?
Is she going to get the
chat text?
Oh, I can forward the chats to her, yes.
Yeah, do that. MeherKrupa, you were wonderful. Wow. Thank you.
Baba.
And so were your parents.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Yeah, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Oh, Sundar, it is Sundar. The relief. Now.
6 minutes.
Thank you, Roshni. Wonderful choice.
Thank you, Jai Baba. Thank you, Angela, Baba.
Everyone. But then part 2 is next week. MeherKrupa is coming back again.
Good.
She has many more stories to share.
Good. Wonderful.
I'll try to cover up as much as possible. Fast.
If
I
you
hope-
can't, then we'll have another one.
Another
we can have
one,
a third
yes.
one too. No problem. We have time.
We are always hungry. We are always hungry for more.
Krupa, there is no need for the fast. Take your own time, leisurely, but cover entire experience.
No, Chanchi, Jai Baba. The
Jai
main
Meher.
thing we experience Baba's love and the grace and his compassion and how he guides and kindness through all this. In the company of Baba.
Is Akka is going to talk?
She is the best.
Akka is also going to talk.
She was in Russia for 10-11 years and she
Yeah.
used to celebrate Baba's birthdays there.
Yeah.
What does Krupa mean?
Blessings.
Oh, nice.
So blessings.
That was blessings. Wow.
Yeah, Mehrama loved my name very much. Each time she used to tell, very nice name, very nice.
Krupa, you know that my house name is Meher Chandnori Advocate MeherKrupa 10-3-294/1.
So
Meherchand, you're also something very special, Meherchand. Very like you. I like your company here.
Yeah.
Your heart is pure.
Oh, I don't know. I can't guess my heart myself. Only Baba knows. Baba Jane.
You are from Hyderabad.
Jai Baba, Meherchand.
Yeah, I'm from Hyderabad. Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, Prakash ji, Jai Baba.
I'll go for a short break
Baba.
and come back to Vijay. Vijay is going to talk now, and that's going to be beautiful. Saturday is also so full, you know, one after the other. I don't
like
do
a
any
weekend
meetings with
jam.
anyone. I'm saying groups on all the Zooms.
MeherKrupa, can you
Baba
ask
Jam.
your father to come directly and talk to us? Ask your father to talk to us sometime.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Because he can speak English, no?
Yes, he can speak English.
Very good English.
The thing is, speed little slowly he will go. Either we have to give him some subject or some of the incident we have to, because if we ask, he will ask us what you want me to tell. And if we ask, 58 hours, he will start. 55 hours. Final declaration, he explained me very nicely. He was there in that meeting. And then Gadge Maharaj came to see Baba, and that meeting also means informal gathering. He was there, and Baba had told that Gadge Maharaj is on 6th plane. That when they were there, after Gadge Baba left, Gadge Maharaj, then Baba told this to these few who were seated around him. We'll ask, I was telling him today only, but
You give a topic and then he will speak.
Okay.
Maybe he could share us next Saturday the story of the pillows that he made for Baba.
Great. Okay. I'll ask.
Okay.
It's a very long story.
I always like to listen to him when he used to share, how he came in contact with Baba, and when he realized he always refused to accept him as a god, but how finally what happened and what he experienced, that is what I really love to listen to, because it's like
Beautiful.
experience, God can't be understood, he cannot be explained, only you can feel. So that thing he has experienced. And I believe that was such a deep experience that in all kind of tides of life, you can say, when it was very low, a lot of problems, still his faith is like a rock, unshakable. I personally feel it is because of the kind of experience he had.
Meher, Anjali, can we see your face?
Yeah, please. That's what I was about to say.
I was just
Actually, I was cooking all the time, busy in kitchen.
Yeah, see,
Hey, where is Krupa? You should call all 4 sisters should present.
Yeah.
Anjali, Jyoti, Krupa, and other sister. 4.
Now, after you only promise that next Saturday you'll bring Dada here and make him speak.
Yeah.
Dada.
Dada means the father.
Father, yeah.
Yeah.
Will you speak next Saturday? Next Saturday. Next Saturday. इथंच असंच मोबाईल लॅपटॉपवर. Yes, he will speak. Yeah. Yes, he's saying yes.
Someone suggested he can talk on the pillows, so that is.
बाबांसाठी जे pillows बनवले होते ना.
No, we would.
Pillows बाबांसाठी बनवले होते. That they
We'll
would
take all of it.
And yes, all of it. And this experience that Meheranjali just mentioned about him coming to Baba and then experiencing Baba as God. We would love to
तुमचं
hear all of
पहिलं
it.
न्यू लाईफ मधलं महाबळेश्वर.
Okay, so we'll see you next week. We're looking forward to it.
Thank
Abad,
you.
Meher Baba, Ki Jai.
Baba Ki Jai.
And
Jai
now
Baba.
we're delighted
Thank
to
you.
present Vijay. So I'm going to just mute all. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, Jai
Okay.
Baba. So it's my deep pleasure and honor to give the floor to Vijay Balakar, who has incredible Baba stories as well and a beautiful singing voice. So I hope that we'll